The big news coming from Golden Gate Racetrack. Is the expected debut of Freddy Rose, 27-year-old jockey born in Arcon, Panama. Married and father of 2 children, Ellen 3 years old and Gino 18 months. Rose began his career 11 years ago and has ridden over 1,000 races and has credit for piloting 228 winners home. In the Air Force from July 3rd, 1955 to September 1959 and was discharged with the rank of sergeant. Part of his duties took him overseas to Okinawa, where he was stationed for 18 months. Walter McMorris, veteran clocker and selector for Oakland Tribune, will assist Rose in getting started and will offer his service without remuneration, said McMorris. I don't want you to pay me anything. Sprinkling of Negro jockeys appearing at the racetracks from here. They've been used mostly in quarter horse races and for the first time in 14 years when a Negro jockey named Johnson was introduced at Bay Meadows Race Course with encouragement of the late manager of Bay Meadows, William P. Kine. Rose will become the second Negro jockey to make an appearance on a major league track in California. Negroes were denied the opportunity to participate in organized sport from the early part of the century. The record set by all white teams cannot stand because a segment of the population was not permitted to participate. The world heavyweight champion. Before 1900 was not undisputed because Negroes were denied the opportunity to challenge them until Jack Johnson beat Sullivan and Jeffries. Babe Ruth is not really the home run king because Negro ball players were not allowed on the same field with white players. Those records would never have been set if the game was integrated at the time. This was the law of the land. It was legal separation of the races. A Negro could be killed without any questions asked. Racism was a justice practiced against people of color. Emmett Till to Medgar Evers. Justice was not served or delayed. It took 35 years for the murderer to be brought to justice. That means a whole generation schooled in old-time Jim Crow had to die out before justice could be served. Byron Della Beckwith went around Mississippi for years, bragging of his involvement in the death of the civil rights leader Medgar Evers. He was quoted as saying, "I don't know who killed that nigga, but that nigga sure is dead." So when Freddy Rose came on the racing scene, he didn't stand a chance against the system of Jim Crow in this country. It was 1955, at least 10 years before the civil rights movement got into full swing. In essence, Freddy Rose was all by himself breaking down this barrier of color in thoroughbred horse racing. Isaac Murphy was the last Negro to win back-to-back derbies in 1876. Willie Sims rode in the early part of the century. Freddy Rose was making history, whether he knew it or not.